Hello, I'm David Carlisle. I'm going to spend, I think, 6 minutes with you this week on a video blog that talks about what we found in our 2013 annual customer sentiment survey. We sent it out to several thousand service customers, and we asked them what they think. You'll be seeing a lot of this in the MyGuy website over the next several months, but today's segment is all about service retention and how what you do in service operations and what service advisors do can really impact service retention as well as vehicle repurchase loyalty. So give me 6 minutes and to see if you can pick up anything from all this research that we've been compiling. Thank you very much for your time, and see you next week. There's only a couple of charts, and they're all they look complex, but they really aren't. This is an interesting chart that takes all that research and it reduces it down to, well, how do I relate vehicle repurchase intent to service satisfaction? And we do it with these groups here. If you look at the bars, they really represent different groups of service customers. On the far left, those service customers that were very dissatisfied with their last service experience. On the far right, those who were very satisfied with their last service experience. And we're just going to focus on these right three groups, the neutrals, the satisfied, the very satisfied, and talk about mostly what's going on in that dark green part of the chart. When it's dark green, it means that those customers in that group were very likely to repurchase the same vehicle, most likely from you, okay? And you'll notice that when we push someone from neutral to satisfied, it goes up by 20 points, that they're 20% more likely to be very likely to repurchase a vehicle from you all. And again, moving them from satisfied to very satisfied, we call that from good to great, we get another 20%. So they're 58% of the time they're going to be very likely to repurchase a vehicle from you. So you can see that there's very strong relationships between satisfaction with service, that last service visit, and their predilection, their intent to come back to you to buy another vehicle. Let's move on. This chart is the same, but it really relates service satisfaction and satisfaction with that last service with their intent to come back and purchase more service from you. Again, we're just going to focus on those last three bars, the neutrals, the satisfied, and the very satisfied. And that dark green is they're very likely, those are the folks that are very likely to come back and repurchase service from you. You'll see it's even more whopping, the story here. Moving someone from neutral to satisfied gives you a 26% increase, and then from good to great, from satisfied to very satisfied, you get another 29%. Basically, 86% of those customers who were very satisfied with their last service experience intend to come back for more service. You've created a customer for life. The big question you have is, well, how do I make them satisfied? What goes on? Who's in charge of that? Let's see. The answer is it's a service advisor, and this is a same kind of a chart prepared by someone else with this research. It's kind of bleeding edge, so we haven't completely standardized it, but you can see the same story. And this is moving someone from having merely a satisfied experience with their service advisor to being very satisfied with their service advisor. What does that do to overall satisfaction with their recent service? Well, it has a whopping impact. It moves them from about a 20% very satisfied level to about 85%. So basically, we don't have to really scratch much under the surface on this one. Is how do we make a service customer satisfied? We give them a great experience with their service advisor. That's the guy or the gal who's in charge of that. Well, what do? Is it hugs, kisses? Is it eye contact? Is it shaking the hand, a firm shake? How do they make a service customer satisfied? We ask that question too. They make the service customer satisfied by giving them what they want, okay, what they value. And this is a chart of what service customers value. It goes from the top values to the bottom values. We've been doing this for 6 or 7 years. It's always the same shape. The top things are always there. The bottom things are, again, always there. The relationship of the blue bar to the red bar component really has to do with showing us who they think is better at that job of delivering that value. When you see more blue than red, that means that they think that the dealers are. It's just dealer strength. If you see more red than blue, that means that they think that the independents have the edge there. Generally, unfortunately, what we see is for the top values that they give the edge to the independents. And this is all about perception and inconsistency in what we're doing. But let's talk about those top 5 values. What do customers want most? Number 1, they want the vehicle available promptly at the time that it was estimated. They want to be informed of the total cost up front. They want it fixed right the first time. They give the edge to the dealers on that. They want to be charged a reasonable hourly labor rate. We have some serious perception issues on that one. We'll be getting to that in these blogs and in the website over time. And then they want you to have a great reputation with other customers. So it's not about a firm handshake. It's not about eye contact. It's not about hugs and kisses. It's not about asking about Betsy or Ralph and the kids. It's about giving the customers what they want, what they value, and that's what this chart shows you. We'll be talking a lot more about this in future updates to the website.